3.
Hey y'all, this is Dee.
And this is Shelbie.
And we're from Bitch Please. Welcome back to another episode. This will be our episode 35.
35 episodes. Girl,
Yeah.
You know we started in December. You realize that, right?
We're going to be coming up on our year.
Up on a whole year.
It's
How
exciting.
wild is that?
It's exciting for sure. For sure. Faux show.
Just out here spitting our nonsense.
Yeah, enjoying our time.
Letting everybody listen.
Yeah.
Love that.
So before we get started, how are your screws? Okay.
How's yours?
My screws are great. Since you
that.
asking, thank you so
Love
much.
that.
So today was a very cool day for me.
Yeah?
I had a lot of cool interactions with people.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to the dentist, had a great conversation with that lady.
Oh, yeah.
I heard about her whole life, her marriages and divorces, all 14,000 of her kids and the grandkids.
Yep. Everybody.
Everybody
was out
It was
there.
really cool. And then I got my eyebrows done and
They look great, by the way.
thanks.
They look really good.
I talked to the lady that was doing my eyebrows and she gave me some really cool information about her, which I was just like, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild that you have people that just pop up in your life every day. It's literally every day. And Deidre's learning about people's whole lives. They tell her the most personal shit. Like, it's crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
I went and did this, and she told me that her man did this, and then we was driving for her man. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
But it's a really cool experience. Yeah. It was a really cool experience. So I was really happy about it though. And it was just so interesting. I don't know. I really like talking to people.
Yeah.
Weirdly. Like I don't like to talk to people, but I do like to talk to people. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Because
like watching you be like
I be
really
in it
involved.
I do, but then like
asking all the right questions.
If it goes too long, then I'm like, I'm done and I want to walk away and I can't. So like I like talking to people, but if it goes too far, I'm like, all right. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's where I live.
That's where I
live.
really like talking to people.
Fair.
I do a podcast.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not really talking to people.
I mean, yeah, in a sense.
Yeah.
In a sense.
But yeah, it's wild that happens to you. I have that happen a lot. Not definitely nowhere near as much as it happens with her. But everybody always wants to tell me their life story. And I don't know if people just feel comfortable enough, or maybe I give off an energy, because I feel like most of the time I'm giving off the same energy that I'm actually feeling in here, which is
don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me. I don't want to know. I don't care to know. I just don't talk to me. But then people will be like, yeah, so I'll be like, oh, well, how are you? And they're like, well, not good. And then it's like, well, what happened? And
you get invested.
Girl, everybody wants to tell me all their shit, but it's nowhere near the amount that it happens with you. It's crazy how much it happens with you.
I don't know. And you know what's so funny? I've noticed that over time, and you've been there for some of this, where people will just start talking and they want to like hash stuff out with other people. You've been there for that?
Yes.
That happens to me all the time, where people are like,
come to Jesus moments
happen all the time with me. And I'd be like, why? Wait, right now?
I just be sitting back. I'm like,
should we have this conversation right now?
Should I walk away? Like, am I now a mediator? Like, do I need to be involved? Like, I don't really want to be involved.
Thankfully, the last couple that I've had have not involved me at all. I just happened to be there and they felt comfortable. And so I was talking to one of my homegirls, because it happens around her a lot. And I'm like, hey girl, what is it? Because these happen a lot, and I'm like, is it me? Like, what's happening? She's like, I just feel so comfortable, and I feel safe that, like, I just feel okay to bring up whatever I need to bring up. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, I love that I can provide that space, but also, like,
I'll take that.
I don't.
Sometimes the environment is just not for it.
It's too much, though.
Nobody should be at a bar like, and I just really feel that, like,
girl.
You remember a couple of months ago,
Girl.
I'd be like,
I mean, I'm cool with hearing it, but, like, there's some details I don't need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially like, okay, you and like my closest people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Give me the gross, disgusting details about everything that goes on in your life. I want to hear it. The more, the merrier.
Yeah.
But people I don't really know like that. I'm like,
I don't want to.
La 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 la. I don't want to know.
No, I get it. I totally get it. But it was cool today. It really was.
Yeah.
Like, I literally learned about this lady's like whole family. I learned why she got her second divorce, and I learned about her first divorce. And I was like, you don't have to tell me if you don't feel comfortable. She was like, no. Da, 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 da. And I was like,
okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you had a good day though.
Thank you.
You needed that.
I feel like we should go back to you.
Why?
Because you didn't say anything about your screws.
Oh no, man. They're just there.
Okay.
Like, it just was one of those days, like, the day happened. You know what I mean? Like, I went to work. I came home. I ate some food. Although, so they're trying to sell the current property that I'm renting. I've been here for like 9 years. And they're trying to sell the property, which I'm like, all right, that's fine. You know, everybody got to do what they got to do in their life. But it is constantly people coming up in this house and looking at the house, like almost every single day.
The last couple of times I've been here, somebody's been here.
There weren't supposed to be 2 today, and there was 2. And I'm over here like still chilling in my scrubs because I want to go to the grocery store, but I can't because I'm waiting for these people to come in because I have to like put the dogs outside and then oh, it's fine. I have to like put the dogs outside. I have to like do this. I have to like coordinate everything because my dogs don't like new people. I don't need them jumping on people trying to buy the property. And it's just been a lot. Yeah. It's been a lot. So I mean, basically, today was just like it was a day. I went to work. Happened. I came home, I ate some food, and now we're doing this. Which I was actually excited about. Okay. Well, I forgot it was happening, but when I remembered, I was like, "That's okay. It's alive. It's alive." Yeah. So, but yeah, it's cool. Okay. We're chilling. All right, chilling. We're chilling. I like it. Mm-hmm. So, one of the things I want to talk about today. Yeah. Are we good? Are we doing tea? Tea time. Okay. It's tea time, bitch. All right, let's go with the tea time. Okay, so Gypsy Rose, because you know I'm gonna talk about my girl Gypsy. She's got to get a whole paternity test on her kid. Yeah, because she don't know whose it is. Ugh. She don't know whose it is. But I mean, her new man. I think I said this last time. Her new man's an upgrade. Yeah, you did say that last time. He's still ugly as shit, but new man's he's an upgrade compared to the last one. I'm just saying. Let that baby. Everybody is cute to somebody. Mm-hmm. Look. Anyways. Listen, wait, no, not anyways. We have both been with people and they're like, damn, that's what I dated. Because at the time, those people were the finest things walking. You know what? I was gonna say most of those people happened when I was drinking, but that's not true because my love is love. Whatever. That's what I'm saying. So I know, but he's still ugly as shit. Okay. He's so ugly. But she got to get a whole paternity test done. Yeah, so I didn't read the whole story because I meant to go look it up, but I was like, is it because she's not sure or is it because they just need to get it? Like, I don't know. What, to confirm? Just to, I don't know. That's crazy, though. That would be weird. I would think a paternity test is just to see who the father is. I mean, that's usually what a paternity test is for. Well, yeah, no, I know that. So somebody's questioning it enough for her to be like, okay, let me. But I'm wondering, like, if her current man is questioning it, or if her ex-man is like, hey, I heard you're pregnant. I just want to make sure it's not mine. And if she's like, hey, let me just let you know right now, it's probably not, but let me go ahead and get this so you can get off my back. Maybe. That's what I'm curious about. Maybe. Yeah. You know, like why it's being tested. It would be interesting if the baby comes back and it's her first man. Yo, that would be the tea of the century. I can't wait. It's gonna happen. Yo, I don't hope that that's the case. It would be interesting. It's gonna happen. Ooh, that would be good. It's gonna happen. And then can we also talk about fucking that would be juicy. That would be juicy. Bob? God, I love them so much. If you don't understand the reference, please go watch Shits and Gigs. Love them. Those men are perfection. They're funny. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to derail us. That's okay. No, and I was also going to talk about Jennifer Lopez is on her like umpteenth divorce from, Bennifer's no longer a thing. That lasted a smooth 2 years. She's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. She's gorgeous. But there's got to be something up here. You know what it might be? She really might be like, I just need my peace. Be with you no more. It's like, you was great for a second. Yeah, you were great for a second. Yeah. And now you can go. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Like you said earlier, you were like, I just love how she just bounces. Girl, she just be tossing these men aside like it's nothing. She's like, all right, cool. Thanks. You gave me what I needed for 2 years. Bye. You're right. Thank you for your time. Your severance package is on the way. Yeah. I wonder. Could you imagine? I wonder how much money she spent in like divorce lawyers already. I know she's got one on standby. Girl, I know she has to. She has to. Has to. Her fifth one. Is it? I don't know. It's like definitely like her fourth. Because you have Mark Anthony. She was engaged to Ben Affleck, but she wasn't married. She married another dude. But did she marry A-Rod? I think she married A-Rod and then got divorced from him. Okay, so this might be like her third or fourth. Yeah. Go ahead, girl. You do what you gotta do. Also, just a little bit judgment. You do what you gotta do. It's real fast. It's real fast. Maybe just don't get married.
Maybe you know what I'm curious about, if this is the reason why she didn't get married the first time to him.
I don't
like
know.
whatever is the thing is why she was like, let's just call off this whole thing. But she, they spun the block.
They did. Jenny from the block
spun that.
Spun it. Girl, she grew up in a whole prep school. Anyways, she was in the suburbs.
I know nothing
Jenny
of
from
her
the block
life.
was in the suburbs.
I know. Not she's the problem. She may be.
You never know.
Really is. She might be the problem.
Really is.
She could be the problem.
She honestly, that's what it's looking like.
I mean, you just really never know.
You never know.
Is she?
Never know.
Or is it everybody else?
Oh,
just kidding.
Girl, maybe. Honestly, you never know.
Yo, I do have a little bit of tea.
Tell me.
A little. It's not really tea, but it was just funny.
What's up?
I know we say we don't want to talk about politics, but like I'm gonna bring it up. It was from the DNC.
Was it Michelle Obama?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So wait, it wasn't necessarily the speech. It was just what I saw happen on social media, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the speech was, yes, girl, you better say all of that. And I know she was over there like,
she was like, the president is also a black job.
Right. That had me weak. But the thing that got me was somebody was like, can somebody put a Meet the Grams music behind it?
Girl.
And then somebody was like, can you put ether behind it? So
God,
there's a thread of people putting on diss tracks behind her. Behind her
fucking black Twitter, black social media, it gives me life. It just gives me life.
It has been so funny. And I'm like, yes, come on, Michelle. And just the tweets about like how they probably was at the house. Michelle Obama, like,
girl,
ooh, you petty for that. Or like, girl. I was cracking up. But it wasn't really tea, but
vibes up on stage so hard. With that eyebrow look, she was like,
it was the eyebrow, it was the head, it was just all the movements that is a black woman. Like
I
just
love her so much.
It was so funny.
I love the Obamas.
I was like, yes, girl, you better say all that. Like,
yeah.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
But that was all the tea that I had. It wasn't really tea, but it was just funny to me.
I mean, it's good to mention.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm trying not to mention any more things about politics because I'm very tired of it. It works my nerve.
They're all, anyways. Yeah. If I keep talking about it, I'm gonna get up on my pedestal,
girl,
and I'm be like, and let me tell you something.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because
I just want it done and over with. I always feel like I feel like every single like presidential election time is always like, it's always like so dramatized that it's like, I might die if this guy becomes president. You know what I mean? Like, bad shit might happen. Like, it's always an extreme. There's always a extreme. I'm like, can't we just have like two chill candidates where I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to have to go in there hating life every time where I'm just like, God, I gotta vote for who? Oh, God, every single time. Okay, if I must. I felt when Biden was like supposed to be doing his thing or whatever. And
same. I felt
I gotta vote for this white man.
Yeah, I was real. I wasn't happy about the last.
Anyways,
facts. Sorry. The last one, I was like, I really don't want to do this. At the time before that, I was like, I really won't do this either. But I know what I won't do.
Yeah.
So, but
it's
anyway,
tiresome.
It is. I'm real over it. I just.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways,
yeah.
Moving on, because we're gonna get on our little soapbox.
It really was, because I was about to say a whole lot more. I'm not doing that. Really was. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Dating.
Okay.
Let's talk about dating people with children.
Okay. Go for it.
How was your?
You have a current history with that.
I do.
Mine is. It was a while back.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I don't even want to include that though, because
It's interesting. Why?
It was such a weird.
Tell me, it sounds like tea.
It was just such a weird experience because it was long distance and the whole relationship was weird anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's like I didn't really have that I didn't have really much to go off of with that because we were long distance. Yeah. And the other people, their kids are teens. Yeah. Well, I feel like that actually would be easier with teens. Yeah. I don't know. That's just me though. I wasn't involved. Everybody I've dated who's had kids have young kids. Has young kids. Yeah. Little baby kids. Yeah. For somebody who didn't want to be a mom, who went through a whole procedure so that I wouldn't be a mom, and dating people with children, like when you are dating and you are in this age, right? It's hard to find people who don't have children.
And so I was
when you find him, you want to hold him down forever. Stay around forever.
No, but don't get me wrong. Like, I actually don't mind dating people who have children or having a relationship with, somebody who has kids or whatever. And it's just been interesting to see, like, who I'm currently seeing now, and he's got a son, and just to kind of see that shift with me is like really crazy, to the point where I had to go talk to my therapist about it.
Fair.
I was like, maybe I was being a little dramatic, because anyways. But the crazy thing about it is, when you are dating people who have kids, you have to deal with baby mama and baby daddy issues. And that is interesting to me, because sometimes I don't know, like,
the dynamics,
not the dynamics, but like, how much should I say? How much should I input? Like, what should be said, what shouldn't? But then also to like watch how people interact as, baby daddies or baby mamas, and like how they use kids to watch. Sorry.
That is frustrating.
It's fucking irritating to watch people use their kids as pawns to win an argument, or to get back at their baby mother, or to get back at their baby father, or whatever it is. They use these kids as pawns.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, I'm watching, and I've watched in multiple relationships that I've been in with people who have had kids, or who have kids, to watch that happen, how they use the kids as pawns. Like, for instance, my narcissistic ex that I was with immediately right after I got divorced. Watching him use his kids as a way to get back at his baby mother. Yeah. Mind blowing to me. Like, why would you put your kids through that? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
it's always so. I'm trying to think if I've ever dated anybody seriously with kids that I had to interact with, like in the baby moms, or the baby mom situation, but I can't think of it. But I have had situations where I have friends that have kids, and like their baby mamas were on crazy, like straight, and you're just like, damn, like, and it was really frustrating to see for me, because for one, these are Black men. And for two, they are actually trying to be involved in their kids' life. Like, they are actively trying to do whatever they can. And the baby mama is mad about, because they don't want to be with them no more, or because they got a new girl, or whatever. And it was really sad to see, because all they want to do is be part of their kid's life. And a lot of times it's like, you see people do this, baby moms or baby fathers do this to the other. And these kids are the ones that are losing out on such great, important, valuable times with their parent.
Exactly.
And it's just really sad to see, because I've seen some of them broken down over this. Like, they would be crying full of tears, because they're like, I just want to see my kid. Like, I'm not asking for nothing else. I just want to see my kid. Yeah. And it's just really sad to see. And I just wish people would do better. Also, if you already know you're about to be on some shit, like, be a little bit more mindful about who you, like, let's just be real. Like, be more mindful about who you, because that is crazy. Like, some of these conversations 100%. I have with friends are like, I just don't understand. And I'd be like, but that's who you, like, this is the person that you decided to have a kid with, whether it was an accident or not. If he and he wasn't using a condom,
y'all know the consequences of not using condoms. Like, let's be real. Like, people know the consequences of not using birth control or some sort of protection. There's a possibility of having.
It's always a possibility. If you already know, like, man, I don't want to deal with this heifer. I don't want to deal with this stupid ass man, or whatever. Like, if you already know that off rip, don't do it. Yeah. Because that's what I've seen a lot of too, where they're like, man, I just can't stand them. And you're like, have they always been like this? And they're like, yeah.
Well, then why do you blame? That coochie must be in though.
Fire. If I ever hear, well, my one homegirl, she got a baby daddy she cannot stand. And she was like, but that dick was fire. Girl, say less. You do what you got to do.
Understandable.
Do what you got to do.
Understandable. But it's just crazy to me, like, to watch people. And you know what's wild is, like, and I see this more and more, and I know it's both sides, men and women do this.
Absolutely.
But I'm starting to see it a lot with women.
Which is kind of, well, I don't want to say surprising, because I've seen it a lot with women.
I've seen it a lot with women, where they go in and they're like, oh, well, you pissed me off today, so you can't see your kid. Or, oh, you did this and you didn't do this, so now I'm going to make it hard for you. And, and just like turn around and like switch it up. And I'm like, yo, you have kids. You have children. You have tiny little human beings that are running around. Like, why can't you just pause
seeing
for a second,
everything too?
Be a little introspective to the what's going on, and think about your kids. No, you're thinking about you and your emotion, and everything is an emotional reaction, and I'm going to get you back sort of deal, and your kids pay the price.
And it's so funny because on the opposite end, you see people who co-parent very well. There's no beef, there's no issues. They just, hey, how you been? You cool? Thank you. I'll bring them back on Tuesday, and you do what you do. You know what I mean? So it can be done. It is possible, but it's just always so frustrating to see it the other way, because it's just like, it's unnecessary, because at the end of the day, you think you're hurting the other parent, when really you just hurting the kid.
And it's so frustrating.
It's super frustrating. I hear too many times about people when they've grown up and they'd be like, yeah, my mom and my dad didn't like each other, so I didn't get to hang out with my dad. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Wild. You didn't get to see your whole father because your mom,
they didn't like each other, and you're like,
wild.
I hear that a lot.
That's just so sad to me, that you rob your kids of those experiences just so that you can get back
show
at your
them
spouse.
And it's like, who did you really show, though?
And then at the same time, you look stupid. You look like a mom. You look like a dad for doing that. You look like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for your kids while acting wild and showing your ass on it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's annoying.
Yeah.
You know, I have a family member that went through something like that. Her baby father ended up taking her to court and all sorts of stuff because he was mad she left. I mean, like, and she had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for a lawyer when he had a lawyer on retainer because his family. And he knew that. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me because, and then the kids would come back with like holes in their clothes and stuff like that to get back at my family member. Yeah. So that they would have to go out and have to buy new clothing. It's just wild to me. Like, you are not hurting the other person, you're hurting your kid. And like, that infuriates me. Like, it makes me so angry. I see red, girl, because I think of these little innocent, precious little babies. And I'm like, why are you being stupid? Like,
they didn't even do nothing to deserve that.
I feel like some people need to get the stupid slapped out of them.
I swear. And sometimes, honestly, that stupid not gonna come out because it's just ingrained and built in that body, in that little mind.
Hard enough, girl. That stupid will fly out.
That's called murder, and I am not going to jail for no.
That's facts.
Yeah, and on the opposite end, which is a thing too, is if you have somebody, like, I couldn't date somebody that had a kid, and didn't try to be in their life.
Girl,
that would be weird to me.
That would piss me off too. I'd be like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm like,
oh, person you are?
Like, oh, you have kids? I'd be like, yeah, but I don't see them.
Get on your kid?
No. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No.
That already tells me that you have commitment issues. That already tells me you have commitment issues. And I want no part of it.
No parts. No thanks.
I want no part of it. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy when it comes to that.
It is really, and it's just very sad.
It is.
Yeah, I really can't think of anybody like outside of that
you
one.
You never dated anybody with kids?
I tried to avoid it. I'm gonna just be real. I do, because I mean, I remember, I can't even say I dated because I was in college, but there was this guy that I was dealing with. He was in his 40s,
girl,
but his child was like 16, and I was but it wasn't really a long thing anyway. Yeah. And then, like I said, that last guy that I dealt with, he had a kid, but we were long distance, so it wasn't really a thing. Yeah, that's really all I can think of.
I've been with mad people who have had kids.
Strangely, a lot of the people that I end up with or dealing with, they don't have kids.
I love that.
I don't know if I'm just like, you stay, come here, holding on to you forever. I don't know. I just find people that don't have kids, and it's really interesting because they're also in the age range that I'm in. Yeah. And it is extremely hard to find people without kids because, and I think now more so than before, because I'm not gonna be having any. Yeah. Finding somebody that doesn't may be better unless they are, I mean, I guess if they already have a kid, cool. But like, if they wanted more, I'm like, I'm probably not dating you anyway. Yeah. So
I'm not going to f that up.
Yeah, I'm not going to, I've told people that. I've told them flat out, like, if this is what you want, I'm going to go ahead and leave you alone because I don't want that. Yeah. And I'm not going to keep you from finding that in somebody.
100%.
There's no reason to.
100%.
That's just selfish of me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So
I don't know. Watching these men with their kids, though.
It is my ovaries.
Girl. The way all of a sudden I want to have babies. I'm like,
Instagram was like, it's your cycle? Cool. Baby video. I'm like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. They're so cute.
I had my one homegirl who had a baby. She lives out in Texas. I'll be showing you her kid all the time. And I'm like, she is the cutest little
The cutest little face, the little cheeks. Oh my gosh.
And then little cheeks.
So cute.
And I just want to pinch them and squish them.
Yeah. They're so adorable.
But specifically watching men with their children, I don't know what it is.
I think it's really cute. I think it's just to see how especially if you have a man that's like a little bit like more harder than other men. I'm just saying like that's a little bit harder than other men. It's so cute to just see them like be so mushy. Yeah, when they're just like they're so lovey. I love seeing guys with kids like, and it doesn't even have to be like their own kids. It could be just with kids like they know or like family members or something. I think it's just so cute.
It is super cute.
But keep it over there.
At least you're honest about it.
No,
you know what you want.
It is really cute. No, it is really cute. I do enjoy seeing it.
Yeah. Do you think you may have wanted kids if like maybe because I know you're an only child. So do you think maybe you like that?
I did.
Do you think maybe you would have wanted kids if you had siblings or something?
Honestly, probably not.
No,
I don't think so. I think, I don't know, maybe. No, probably not. Probably not. I mean, I think if I'm being completely honest, if my situation in life was a lot different, like if I was a little bit more stable, especially during my like younger years when I was even considering, if I was a little bit more stable financially, if I was in a relationship that was stable, like if I was doing any of that, maybe I would have had a different view on it, but I wasn't doing any of those things. Like I had dated people and it was just kind of like, you know, it wasn't like we were going to get married or nothing like that. We weren't talking about, you know what I mean? So I just never really considered it, but I also just never thought about it because marriage and kids and stuff like that was never like my end goal. So I just didn't consider it for myself, which sounds kind of sad, but like it's real. I was just thinking about like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be, you know. So I don't know if having siblings would have changed that for me. It may have, but it also made a push it further where I was like, hell I don't want no kids. Girl. Especially if I was like an oldest and had like a younger sibling, I probably would have absolutely not wanted it.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have had to raise them too.
That's the reason why I didn't want to have kids, is because I have 5 sisters and 3 brothers. I primarily lived with one of my younger sisters and both my older sisters, and my older sisters on occasion, but I did a lot of taking care of my little sister. And so it was like, and then when my older sister started having babies, I lived with her and I was helping her with the babies. And so after a while I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. It's okay.
No, I get it.
I think I changed enough diapers.
I remember one of my younger cousins had brought their kid to I forgot whose house we were at. And she was a baby at the time. Yeah. He's like, do you want to hold her? And I was just kind of like, I don't know.
I don't like holding newborns.
Well, she wasn't a newborn. She had been here for a while. She was at least like 2.
Oh, okay. 2-year-olds are fine.
But I was just kind of like,
for 6 months. No.
And he was like, no, hold her. It'll be fine. And I held her and I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, here you go. Go back to daddy. So I don't know.
Get me wrong. I think they're very cute, but I cannot hold a 6-month-old or less. Like, I just refuse to, because I drop all the time.
Not people.
I drop shit, girl.
Not human beings.
I drop everything all the time. I'm not about to hold somebody's newborn baby when there's an off chance I could drop it.
I like holding babies though. I do like I remember I was somewhere and I was holding somebody's baby and I was just sitting there chatting and I was just like, what am I doing? Who am I?
Being a home mom.
I was like, this is so cute. I'm just talking like I had done this before. It was crazy. I was like, ugh.
It's wild how those maternal instincts kick in.
Yo, and I know we talked about this before, but I had never really thought about having maternal instincts until my homegirl sent that Mother's Day message.
Yeah.
Because I just had never considered it in that way. And I was like, damn, I am a little bit nurturing.
I think all women are, though.
I don't know.
I think a lot, let me not say all. I think a lot of women are nurturing. Like one way or another, we are just caring and loving human beings, and that's just what we do. I mean, a lot of men are also nurturing, not as much as women, because they're kind of taught by society not to be, and you gotta be strong, you gotta be a man.
Yeah, you gotta be
a man. But it's so annoying. But
man,
you're just so man. But I just think like we are nurturing. Where's your brain at?
Because I'm just trying to figure out why we do that as people. When we're talking about a man or men are talking about women, they're like, we're like, man. And when the guys talk about women, they're like, yeah, because. And I'm like, who sounds like that?
We don't know. I don't know.
Well, we all do it. It's so funny.
But
anyway,
it's true though.
It is. We're like, man. I've talked to people that have higher voices than I got, and I'd be like, a deep voice though. A little bit. I got a deep voice for a woman. I do too.
I don't know. At least that's what people have told me.
Same.
Because I don't talk like this. I have a deep voice.
It's just funny. But anyway, I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't remember what I was saying.
I'm so sorry. You're talking about because society tells them to be strong and they're nurturing.
Yeah,
and okay, that's my fault. But yeah, I think I forgot where we were. What were we talking about?
We were talking about having siblings.
Oh yeah.
Which kind of brings me to the question: what was it like being an only child?
So
because I don't know what that's like. Clearly, I have several siblings.
I mean, I don't know what it's. I don't know anything else, but so it. I mean, it was cool. Me and my parents.
You wanted siblings or anything?
Nah, I didn't. But I think it was because like we moved a lot. So after a certain point, because I mean. Like honestly speaking, when I was born, I was there, and then we moved a couple months later, and then we went to a base, and then we moved again, and then we went to another base, and we moved again, and then we stayed for 9 years. But after that, we just moved. So I just couldn't imagine, and people did it. They have whole families, obviously, and they would just move around. But I didn't know how my parents would have been able to do it. Because not only I had a lot of health as a kid. So you got having to move, but then you also got to deal with a child that's got health. And constantly having going back and forth to doctor, which we had to go to different states to go to some of these doctors because they didn't exist. I couldn't imagine them doing that with anybody else. And even that young, I was like, y'all don't need nothing else. But they didn't want any other kids anyway. They was like, you're enough. You're more than enough, girl. And I was like, thank you so much. I'm enough.
You're all spicy. You're a little neuro spicy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that killed me.
But yeah, I mean, I think it was. I don't know. I enjoyed being an only child. I mean, I saw people that had siblings and they seemed to hate each other, but but they also had like built-in friends, which was cool because you do see, I had to try to make new friends everywhere we moved because I didn't know nobody. And you got people that had siblings. And that might have been like the only time I really wanted a sibling. It's just because I was like, damn, I don't, I got to make these new friends. But then that just turned me into the talkative I am today.
She'd be bumping them gums all the time.
Sure do. Love it.
She's like, I'll be back. I'm like, she ain't going to be back for another 2 hours.
I'm not going to be there long, I promise. Hey, girl, I know it's 9 o'clock and I said I'd be there at 5, but.
So usually when we go out, I would like, Dee, I'm almost ready to go. Like, can we get going? This is 30 minutes before I'm actually ready to go because I know it's going to take her 30 minutes to do her rounds of saying goodbye and, hugging people and blah, blah, blah. Me, I don't say bye to nobody. I just go to the door and I'm like, I'm ready.
When I used to drink a lot, that's what I did. I would just be like, I'd be there 1 minute and then I'd be gone the next. Be like, girl, did you go home? I'm like, yeah, I've been in the bed for like an hour.
And it's chilling.
My bad.
It was chilling. Yeah.
How did you feel about having, so I guess this makes more sense for you because you had siblings. How was that for you?
It was nice. I actually love the fact that I have siblings. I mean, we used to fight when I was younger, especially me and my little sister Sabrina. Like, we used to fight when I was younger. She used to at me with her Barbie dolls, and I used to, girl, she had no problem trying to pop me in the mouth, and I had no problem popping her in the mouth. Again. So we used to fight all the time. And me and my older sister, we used to fight too. But it was cool. It was nice because it is like having a built-in friend. Like, I always had somebody there that I could talk to or share the burden with, and all of that when it came to, like, because we didn't have the healthiest childhoods. But it was nice just to have somebody there, even though 90% of the time I hated her when I was younger. And she hated me. And it was cool like that until I turned in my 20s. And then now we tight. All of us are tight.
Yeah.
So we all talk to each other all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool because I think that it is awesome to have that dynamic. But I see people and their siblings. I'm like, damn, do y'all like each other? Or no? And they'd be like, no, I don't like them, but I love them. And I'm like, that that's sense. Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, it seems like it would have been cool, but also I'm very glad that I grew up the way that I grew up.
Yeah,
I think it would have been too much with more kids.
I think
honestly,
so too. Yeah,
I think it would have been overwhelming for them.
Yeah. Well, my mom had an oopsie pregnancy the second time around. Actually, I was also an oopsie pregnancy. So my mom was just having oopsie pregnancies all the time.
Girl, my parents planned. They planned. Oh, my mom. They didn't know what I was gonna be, but they knew they were like, we're gonna have her at this time. We're gonna name her this if she's a girl. We're gonna name her this if she's not.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go from there.
My mom was 16.
Oh, really? So
my mom was young. She was 16 when she got pregnant with me.
I believe my mom was 24 when she had me.
Yeah, I was like, I was not planned.
Yeah, 24.
At least I don't think I was. Who knows? My mom's she's not right. So she could have planned and just told everybody it was a whoops. But who knows? That lady's crazy.
Wow.
But it was nice having siblings though, because especially when you have a crazy parent.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, hey girl, like me and my sisters now, it's funny to talk about trauma. Because like me and my sisters now will like talk about our trauma and we'll be like, you remember that one time where she did this?
And she's like, girl.
We laugh.
Yeah.
We just laugh about it. We're like, yeah, that's crazy as shit. Like we just talk so much about it.
Yeah.
Like me and my sisters, like my mom one time, I haven't talked to my mom in a while. But my mom one time was like, yeah, I used to bake you guys cookies and I used to bake you guys all sorts of sweet treats and brownies. And me and my sister was like,
girl.
I looked at her and said, where was my cookie? I said, did you get a cookie? She said, I didn't get a cookie.
They were made of air, girl.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of siblings are like that when they're, now I can't read it.
Oh, sorry.
When they're younger and they become closer as they get older. Yeah, I think so too.
I think
so too.
I was hoping that because my mom and her
That's very true. I remember that. I do remember that.
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like it has to do with like just as you get older, because I feel like the same relationship like with my parents, like because for me, even though they're my parents and I've always looked at them as my parents,
yeah,
they're my friends as well, but they're my parents.
Yeah.
But that dynamic has changed as well because I like now that I'm older, we understand each other differently. And maybe that's kind of the same thing that happens as you get older with siblings. Yeah. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like with siblings, you don't have the competition of parents and like trying to get parents' attention or, you know, feeling like second or whatever. You know, I think that there's less of that as you get older. And then we also start to see like with siblings, we can parent our parents as we get older. Not trying to get into that.
No, I know.
We can parent our parents. Yeah. We can both be there and share that burden.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's a burden, but you know what I mean.
The thing I'm worried about being an only child is the fact that, especially now, because I live so far away from both of my parents, is as they get older and need more things. And, you know, I'm only one person.
Yeah.
And that's something that I do get worried about. On the same end, I'm happy that I don't have to share that responsibility with anybody else because I see how it has not worked out for some people in my family. Mm-hmm. And it makes me mad even now, and that's not even my situation. Girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
But it's something that I do think about a lot as they get older, and they're for the most part healthy, but it's just I'm like, okay, I gotta go here, I gotta do this, and
okay.
It's something I think about that.
Probably, I got you. I'm there to help. Whatever you need.
Yeah, it's just but yeah, I mean. I did ask my parents one time if they ever wanted additional kids. And this wasn't when I was a kid. This is me being like, I think I was like 25 or something like that. And been like, did you guys ever want any more kids? And they were like, no.
Yeah.
And I said, did you ever, like I asked my dad, I said, did you ever want a little boy? He said, no, you did everything that little boys did anyway. And you did all the stuff that your mom wanted. So it worked out just fine. Like you kind of fixed it for all of us. And I was like, love that.
Love that.
But then I also asked them how they felt about having, because they both come from multiple sibling families. Yeah. And so I asked, like, how does it feel to have, you know, multiple personalities in one kid? Because you have the free spirit, you have the kid that's like doing the overachiever, but you also have like, I'm that in one person. And I'm like, how does that feel? And they just started laughing. They just thought it was funny. I was like, well.
It's interesting. It's interesting to kind of see like kids as they grow up,
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Because they're like tiny little people.
Yeah.
With their own personalities and their own thoughts and their own feelings, their own dislikes, their own likes. And it's like, it's cool to see what they like. Like the guy that I'm dating now, his son is like, it's cool to watch him just kind of figure things out. And like, now he's in this weird stage where he puts everything in his mouth. It terrifies the f- out of me because of my job. I'm like, don't do it. Like it freaks me out.
Yeah.
But, it's just cool to like watch that happen and like them kind of figure their own shit out.
Yeah.
Like they are little people with little things.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is. It's just, it's interesting.
It is.
I've never asked my parents if they felt about being like having siblings, because my dad's the baby and my mom was like kind of in the middle somewhere. So
your dad seems like he's the baby.
Yeah, he was the baby.
He got baby energy.
He was a he was a
Yeah.
He was a
I think my dad's the baby.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad also has that energy.
Yeah.
He has that I was the baby child energy.
Yeah. I mean, but by the time he came around, a lot of everybody was kind of not grown, but they were older.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Can we just backtrack though?
Yeah.
So like the baby mama drama and stuff like that.
Sure.
Only because it made me think about it, but it's like, how do you know when enough is enough in a relationship? Because like I see these people split, and I be hearing their stories about when it, how it happened and blah blah blah. Like when is enough? Like when do you, whether that's friendships, relationships, or like relationships with family members? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know when enough is enough? Like,
you mean in regards to like staying with that person, or
like dealing and putting up with it or whatever? Like, like for instance, the lady that you talked to today at the dentist's office, and her whole marriage lasted 27 years, and she was miserable from the majority of that time.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when enough is enough?
She said she couldn't. Like she was like, I just couldn't do it anymore, and I'm like, okay. And I feel like that is the thing for most people. Like they've just they know when enough is enough when they've just been like, I just can't do it anymore. Yeah. And some people get there, and some people don't.
Yeah.
They just don't.
That's true.
Because you'll see people who are like, I'm fed up, I'm not doing this no more, and they may stop and they do whatever. Or you may have people that are like, I'm fed up, I'm not doing this no more, and 8 years later they're still doing that the same, and you're just kind of like, well, I know for me, I'm like, once I just start feeling like I just don't get no more, that's when enough is enough for me.
That's when enough is enough.
I'm just like, I don't care enough anymore. It is what it is. Like, I just don't have the energy for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True, you just be like,
it be what it be.
It is what it is.
It do be what it do be. It's true though, because that's kind of how it was in my marriage. Is like when towards the end. Oh, so okay, let me backtrack for a second, because I think for me, like a hard line for me, like an absolute hard line, if you lie to me. I don't like being lied to. Mm-hmm. If you can lie to me about small, especially small, it's easy for you to lie about the big stuff. Right. That should just be rolling off your tongue naturally. Right. I don't like the lying. Lying for me is a no. That's including cheating and all of that. I don't like the lying. That's a hard no. Whether that's friendship or family member, whatever. Don't be lying to me. Yeah. Well, family member's a little different because my sisters be lying to me all the time. I already know. Right. They'd be like, you do? Yeah. Yes, I already know. Yeah. But I feel like, I think, that's kind of how it was for me. Is like enough was enough when I just didn't give a f. If I'm not asking questions, if you just stop caring. Like, if I'm not being like, if you come to me and be like, oh, I'm going to go out, and I'm like, cool, bye. Have fun. That's how you know I'm getting to like where it's like, okay. Because if like I ask questions, which means I care. Like, I want to know, cool, where you going? Who you gonna hang out with? Oh, that sounds like a good time. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, if I'm not asking those questions, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And towards the end of my relationship and my marriage, I did not care. Yeah. I mean, did not care. That's kind of what happened. Actually, I was hoping you would leave. Yeah. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. And something that I really want to kind of say that I think is important too is having been in the situation and multiple times and seeing other people go through the situation, you cannot tell nobody about who the person you're with. You cannot. Absolutely not. You can talk till you're blue in the face. Yeah. But they gonna get done when they get done. Mm-hmm. And you gotta leave it alone. You gotta leave it alone. I'm saying this for myself as I am for everybody else. Girl. You just gotta let people be. Yeah. You just gotta let people be. And I saw something, I forgot, somebody said it. You can never tell no woman about their man, and you can never tell no man about their woman. I don't know. You can tell me. You I said, you can tell me, not the rest of the population. I don't give a shit about what anybody else is saying. But you and my core group of people can tell me about my shit.
Yeah, but it's not the fact that when I hear that, I hear not what you're saying. When I hear that you can't tell nobody about their man or woman, is that you can tell somebody what's going on and how you're seeing it and things like that. What they do with that is something else. So I could tell you all day, you need to do this, you need to do that. But what you do with it,
true.
You know what I mean?
That's true, because I told you I'm going to keep being stupid.
And I
literally told you
that. And I'm like, all right, girl,
I'm going to keep being stupid.
And so that's what I mean. You can't tell nobody about it until they get ready. They're not going to leave. They're not going to do whatever. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to get ready when you're ready. Like, I know I have a horrible habit of wanting to see things through.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't feel like I gave it a good hard try, I am going to ride that out till the wheels fall off. Like, I just am. I need to know. I need to make sure I gave it 100,000%.
Everything that you could.
Yeah, because it won't sit right with me. And I hate what ifs. I do not do what ifs.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta get it out of my system. Yeah. I'm getting a lot away from that because I'm like, this is for the birds. I'm not gonna keep doing this.
100%.
I'm not gonna keep doing this. So if I'm fed up and I'm over it, I'm probably not trying anymore. Yeah. Honestly. But that's how I know when I'm done. When I stop giving, if I'm just like,
if I'm not asking questions and I'm like, cool,
if
whatever.
I'm not asking, if I'm not trying, if I'm not whatever, I'm just kind of like,
yeah.
And you know what's really sad? I have had situations where I had been done for like months and the person was like, well, I just want to stay. And I was like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, it's not happening.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
I told you where I was at months ago and you ignored me.
Yep.
So goodbye. You're done. You're dead. You're done.
Don't you love when you tell somebody, I don't want to be with you, and then like months later they're like, but aren't we together? And I'm like, no, bro, I told you. I've
had that happen way too many times.
Well, I've had that with women more than I've had it with men.
I've had that happen a couple of times where I've been like, where were you at in the conversation? Because we had this. We had it.
That's why people think I'm like, people will say that I'm like too honest and like too brutal, because I will just say it unfiltered without thinking, because I feel like if I don't, they don't get the like. Some people need that direct message.
Yeah, I
do not want to be with you. Like, that's the direct message.
I have tried to be indirect for the sake of people's feelings, and that has gotten me nowhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I get it, because there has been relationships where I've been in where I'm just like, well, let's see. Because I'm the same way. I'm like, well, I'm going to give it everything that I have. And if, when I'm done, I'm done. Like, I don't have anything left to give you. I'm literally giving you the last drop of my soul. Like, there's nothing else I can do at this point.
Yeah.
And that's when I usually end up walking away. And I'm trying to like learn how to not be like that. Like, if something is like, you know what, this just don't feel like it's going to be right. Mm-hmm. I don't ignore that and be like, oh, well,
No,
it's
I get
just
it.
me being crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. It's like it's trying to find the balance.
Yeah.
For sure. Because that's the thing with me. I'm like, I just got to find the balance.
Don't get me wrong. I am crazy.
I mean, everybody is in their own special way.
Crazy. I got some wrong with me in my head.
Everybody does, girl.
Yeah.
It's just, levels and who can deal with what.
I got some patience on me.
Girl, you.
You got some patience.
Girl.
You're way more patient than I am,
girl,
with people in general.
The one thing I will say though about like relationships and knowing when it'll end, and I'm just thinking of like friendships as well. The disrespect. I had a friendship that ended because I was constantly being disrespected, and it had been addressed, and I had to end up just letting it go because I was like, I'm not gonna keep getting disrespected because at some point I'm gonna want to fight, and I cannot do that.
Yep,
I cannot do that.
Yeah.
So I got to just let it be.
Yeah.
And I did. And it sucked because it's like, this is a friendship that I thought I was going to have for a while. Actually, this has happened kind of a couple of times. And I was like, well, yeah, I got to let that be. And that's just what it was.
It is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do kind of what's best for you in your own space, in your own being, because you just can't, you should never allow anybody to just do some bullshit. You just because of the sake of a friendship or a relationship or whatever, even family, honestly, because some family will be disrespectful as shit. And like, yeah, that's your family, but you don't have to stand there and be disrespected.
No, 100%. And like, I get, like, I even take into consideration, like, some people just have bad days.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are just in a bad mood and we say something snappy or whatever. Like, cool, I can acknowledge those things. But when you talk to me out of pocket constantly, I'm either going to fight you or I'm going to want you to Like, that's just the way it is, because I'm like, why do you feel like you have the right to disrespect me and talk to me this way? Like, in my head, you think I'm beneath you and that you can talk to me that way, and I'm not about that. I like being in a relationship with somebody who considers me their equal, their partner, their whatever. And then, I don't know why I'm so itchy right now. Do you see that?
Yeah, you're getting red. You probably should stop.
Sorry, I got a little distracted.
Are you neurospicy?
I'm neurospicy. Am I? Am I talking a little bit? All right. So for those who are here, Deidre got called neurospicy today.
Yesterday.
Because her ADHD was a little all over the place.
It was in hyperdrive.
And then she came in here today
on level 1,000.
Like telling me everything. I had the realtor in here. I was trying to talk to the realtor, and Deidre was over here like, let me tell you about. And I think
I rubbed off on
energy came onto me, and now I'm a little spicy.
That's so funny.
Am I talking fast?
Oh, no,
I feel like we're talking the same pace.
Maybe
but we also both talk really fast.
We do, to each other, and I just realized I'm like, damn. I hope that people don't understand.
I hope this whole thing was coherent, honestly.
Because
I'm just really out here just chatting.
Yeah, Loki forgot y'all were here. Hey y'all, welcome in. Been here the whole time. Sit down there a while.
Loki, I
kept looking at you and I was like, "That's right. There's a camera." Hi, camera.
Like, we are really in this conversation. I was like, I understand, girl. Oh, damn.
Whoops.
Anywho then. 52.
Yeah, we've been bumping our gums, girl.
God damn. Y'all should have said something.
Yeah,
somebody should have all four of you.
There's so many people. No, we do appreciate you guys for popping in. This is really awesome.
Cool.
For us to be just starting out with our lives, I know everything's not coherent and it's not everything's not running smoothly, but we are doing our best and we appreciate you guys for joining in.
I feel like it's pretty good so far.
This one today has been good. The one, we got a whole 7-8 minutes. Let's hope this bitch don't crash. But is that me from the camera? Hold on, is that happening?
Are we doing this?
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
what's going on?
What is that? Slow it down, Neuro. Wait, why isn't it doing it?
What happened?
Does it do the heart thing? No.
Why does it not do? Is it not registering my hands? Sorry.
I didn't know it did that.
I didn't either.
I got really excited. Not this last half of us just being excited about the fucking camera. Okay. I wanted to say something though, because I know we're about to come off. We do have a Patreon now. It is up. It's good to go. So if anybody wants to subscribe to that, cool. You don't, cool as well, especially since you guys have already here for the live. But if you've missed the live, you can hop on Patreon and you can see the whole live from start to finish, unedited. The edited version is going to go out on YouTube. So you can still watch the edited version and get the gist of what we talk about. But if you want some of the funny, spicier commentary, did you take out the curse words?
For YouTube?
No, for Patreon.
No.
Oh, cool. So if you want us to hear us say or whatever the you can go on Patreon and go hear that.
We'll also be posting like different types of content on our Patreon 100%. as we continue to go.
Yeah.
So it will be just stuff that will only be on there, not on any of the other platforms. So
yeah, we've talked about doing like maybe some shorter, smaller episodes that are like just kind of fun and funky. I don't know. We're kind of playing with the idea, but you can definitely catch us on here on live every Thursday at 7:30. We're gonna attempt to be 7:30, between 7:30 and 8. Sometimes we'll hop in earlier, sometimes whatever. But sometime between that time is when it's gonna start. But you can always catch our on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts.
Anywhere you can find your podcast.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Basically. And honestly, Spotify now allows you to upload videos. So we have videos on Spotify now.
Yes, I just found that out too.
Yeah. And I believe we are on, we're on pretty much everything you can listen to a podcast.
Yeah. So cool. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to add? Because I feel like I was like, all right, we're gonna wrap up.
I had something, but I honestly don't remember what it was.
I'm sorry,
no, it's
off.
Okay. No, you didn't cut me off. I just never said it.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Thanks, guys.
She just left. She went.
Yeah, she went away. I'll try to catch her
cool.
out before she get out the door.
But yeah, so hopefully whoever is in here, you guys will be back next Thursday, 7:30. And we appreciate all of your.
Oh, wait, I do have one more thing. One more thing. Sorry. If you guys have any recommendations for like things you would like to hear us talk about, or get our opinions on, or anything like that, feel free to either put them in the chat right here or just send us a little DM, comment on a video or something. Let us know.
If you know us personally, by all means, text or call or message us, whatever the personally, and let us know if there's anything specific that you want us to talk about.
Feel free to hit us up and let us know what you're thinking, what you want to hear. If you're like, y'all just need to shut the up, well, too bad, because we're not doing that either.
That's not happening. So, I've got a big old mouth.
Yeah.
She likes to gab away.
Yeah. So
anyways, thanks for being here. We appreciate y'all. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye.